Hi guys! In this video you'll see how the actors of the movie have changed. You'll know their real names and age. I will show you how they looked then. The army, where he gained some confidence, but some childhood experiences still left an imprint on him. He knows how to work on himself and doesn't tolerate impunity, especially if his loved ones suffered at the same time. Team, where he helped to counter the criminal cases of Mr. Big. He can take the necessary disguise for business and be invisible, or, on the contrary, turn the eyes of others on himself. Kung Fu Joe is one of John's trusted men, has a stern temper, can give a decent response to the enemy, and is not afraid to get into a fight with the police. Has a fast kick and high maneuverability, played by Steve James, who died of pancreatic cancer in 1993. John Slade was Jake's role model, whom he helped in his fight against Mr. Big. He knows how to interact with people and is able to help overcome some fears and insecurities. Differs in courage, played by Bernie Casey, who died in 2017 of a stroke. Hammer works at a local establishment in the ghetto. He always tries to communicate politely and with a smile with visitors and answer their questions. Differs in patience, but can show character. Played by Isaac Hayes, who died of a stroke in 2008. Slammer, Jim Brown, is part of John Slade's circle of close friends, with whom he has been on friendly terms for a long time. He is not one of those who refuses a request for help, knows how to be assertive, and in some moments is even capable of self-sacrifice. Once well and genuinely loved her son, though she never exalted him above the rest. She is a realist and doesn't idealize people, played by Janet Dubois, who died in 2020 of cardiac arrest. Mr. Big owns his own crime syndicate, which has some influence in the city, especially in the ghetto areas. He is violent, manipulative, threatening, and has caused many deaths from gold overdoses. Played by John Vernon, who died in 2005 of heart surgery. Lieutenant Baker works at the local police station and, like other police officers, has a part-time job mostly investigating homicides or possible overdose deaths. He is extremely attentive to details. Played by Clu Gulager, who died of natural causes in 2022. Farrell is not used to staying at home and leads a rather active lifestyle, often appearing in public. He occasionally attends local events, doesn't go beyond the bounds of decency, always maintaining a low profile. The role is performed by Robert Colbert. Willie is often worked with Leonard and is one of the people of Mr. Big. He sometimes doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut and cannot always think and behave reasonably, which infuriates Leonard. It may well hit a woman. The role is played by Kadim Hardison. Leonard is one of the henchmen of Mr. Big and is mainly engaged in collecting debts, including visiting the Jumbach family. He prefers that no real names be given in the case and can often use physical force to intimidate people. He was played by Damon Wayans. One-Eyed Sam trades in some illegal business, in particular has a connection with weapons. He collaborated with Jake and his team to showcase his range. Has a somewhat creepy look and a slightly obnoxious laugh. The role is performed by Hawthorne James. Pop is a ghetto resident who makes a living selling various newspapers and magazines. He is balanced, in stressful situations doesn't allow the manifestation of panic or aggression. Played by Jester Hairston, who died in 2000 of natural causes. Gary Owens performs on radio stations and has a certain fame that allows him to take private bookings. He's invited as an event host and has hosted the Pimp of the Year contest. Has a memorable voice, played by Gary Owens, who died in 2015 of diabetes. Reverend held a funeral service for John Bug. He adheres to a positive position, and even in a sad one, he can find positive moments. Sometimes people surprise him, especially their greed. Played by John Witherspoon, who died of a heart attack in 2019. Kalinga is quite familiar with Jake. He has somewhat peculiar tastes in clothing, food and drink. He doesn't differ in inclination to racism and adheres to a peace-loving position. Played by Clarence Williams III, who died of colon cancer in 2021. Extreme friendliness and is always friendly to both the spouse, acquaintances and strangers. It's okay for her to smile just like that for no reason. Hair ornaments make her happier. Referee Tommy Morgan Jr. often controls the participation of local guys in specific competitions. He usually takes a stopwatch with him and uses it to determine who eludes the card the fastest, differs in attentiveness and doesn't follow the lead of others. Newsman David Alan Grier loves to be in the thick of the action and often makes appearances at the local events as well. He has an open nature and is used to voicing questions of interest without hesitation, even if they don't want to make contact with him too much. Lil Girl Ariana Richards lives in harmony with Kalinga and his wife. She's cheerful, gets along well with younger children, and knows how to express herself in creativity. She is not greedy for the surrounding luxury and appreciates natural beauty more. Nightclub singer performs at a local venue because she cannot imagine her life without music. She enjoys every performance immensely and often immerses herself in the singing, especially on high notes, where she can even fall to the floor. Played by Kim Wayans. Wayne Evans, Tony Cox, had some disagreements with Jake, which caused them to have a skirmish that escalated into a fight. Has a small stature, which makes some opponents scare him, but still he tries to fight back. Can often be seen in the company of his own kind. Coffee shop waitress works at the place which Jake visited. She doesn't leave a single client unattended, but in particular she highlights strong and courageous guys with whom she is also not averse to flirting. She is observant. Played by B. Beth Smith. Rib joint customer doesn't have a lot of wealth, but is not too sad about this and tries to find the best options for himself with a minimum of money. He is outgoing, can be brash at times, and has the ability to get along with people. Played by Chris Rock. Officer is mostly involved in street patrols and on one of his shifts tried to apprehend Kung Fu Joe. He is not afraid to stand up to a criminal, but his level of training can be subpar, especially in hand-to-hand combat. Spectacular appearance. She's not shy, but carefully hides her peculiarity, the absence of hair on her head. She usually demonstrates her flow alone with a man, which often shocks them. Played by Anne Mary Johnson. Cheryl was married to John Bug until his death. She is happy to help around the house and knows how to earn a living on her own. It's difficult for her to cope with some problems on her own, and she is unable to fend for herself. The role is played by Dawn Lewis. Pedestrian Marlon Wayans wears outrageous outfits that reflect his field of activity. He's a pimp. However, his appearance is sometimes ridiculed, and he may even be stalked. He doesn't differ in courage, but at the same time he doesn't change his principles. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please share it on social networks, like it, and of course subscribe to the channel.